Hello and welcome to Lestrade Games. Today we're going to be talking about RuneScape 3's mining and smithing rework update. I think that this is the most important update for RuneScape 3 in a very long time. EOC, you saw RuneScape transform into something completely different, and I think that the mining and smithing update can help it redeem itself from EOC. I feel like the mining and smithing update should have come out at the same time as EOC, and this update could possibly fix a lot of terrible, annoying things that happened when EOC was put into the game. Right now, mining and smithing work the same way as old school RuneScape, if you are familiar with that. But if you're not familiar with the game or anything like that, first of all, thanks for watching this video. I don't know why you would be watching if you weren't already familiar with the game, but maybe you're curious just about the update. But the way that mining works, at least, is that you have mining nodes, and you have to compete with other players. It's not fun. It's a pain. And, you know, half the time you're fighting with bots and stuff. And it's just very, very annoying. And you only get one ore out of the rock, and then you're done. And then you have to move on to the next one. And so the tactic is to line yourself up between a couple rocks like this right here. You would get yourself in this little cluster, and then you'd be able to mine very quickly the ore and stuff that you need. Well, in the new version, there would just be 1 or 2 giant-sized mining rocks, and you'd be able to sit here and mine as much coal as you needed until your bag was full. And you are benefited by clicking at a certain pattern, you know, with the ticks of the engine, but you don't have to, and it's a little bit slower, and so you're punished a little bit for it, which, you know, hey, that's fine. I think that is a great system. You know, I don't understand, especially in this in this post EOC era, why you have to compete for ore and all of that. It just doesn't make sense. Everything else in the game has been kind of brought up to match the feeling that EOC brought, except for mining and the smithing stuff. So once you've gathered all of your ore and all of that, then you have to turn it into bars. I think now they call it ingots, but I'm more familiar when it was called bars, as what's called in old school RuneScape. But I think perhaps here in RuneScape 3, they have changed the names to ingots. So once you have the stuff that you need, then you have to go to a smelter. And, you know, that is also the same in the rework. However, once you get it smelted, you have to keep it hot. So you would come over here, and you're going to use these anvils, and you're going to be able to... I guess I'm not going to be able to use this one. That's fine. But you would use these furnaces to keep your ingot hot as you work it. And so you have to work it for quite a while. And again, you're benefited by having the clicks timed correctly. Whereas right now, you just do it, and it runs its course, and it's fine. And, you know, again, that's the current system for the act of smithing isn't what is wrong with smithing. What's wrong with smithing is that at level 82, which is the level that I am, I can't make armor for my level, basically. I can make adamant armor, but when I get to level 9, the best armor that I can make, really, is rune armor. I can make full rune armor. And I can mine rune stuff very well at level 99 mining. Well, that's so dumb. I should be able to make armor and things that are for my level, because by the time I've mastered smithing and mining, I am more than likely going to be pretty high up level in other areas as well. And even if I'm not, even as a skiller, as a pure skiller, and I you know, I'm someone that doesn't do any sort of combat, for mining and smithing to even be beneficial, a beneficial skill, it has to be usable for all levels across the game. Right now, a mining and smithing professional, let's say, someone that is level 99, can only really appeal to free-to-play players and level 50, basically, players. That's basically about it. And with this rework, you're going to be able to make armor all the way up to tier 90 using the mining system, which is good, because at tier 90 you should be able to use that armor, as long as you have the skills to wear it, to use it for bossing. And then you can get the items and stuff from bosses. Whereas right now, since I haven't played RuneScape 3 in a very long time, but I plan on coming back to RuneScape 3 when this mining and smithing update comes. But the main reason I haven't is because I have no idea, really. Even with guides and stuff, I don't have a very good idea of what types of armor that I should be wearing. Because there really isn't... I mean, there are people that have it laid out and all of that, and I can look up a guide and stuff like that, and that's no problem. I could probably figure it out. But then I would have to buy it, because most of it comes from bossing, or I would have to work my way up from lower level bosses, keep waiting for the drop, keep waiting for the drop, keep waiting for the drop, and then go after, and then once I get that armor, then I can go after the boss that I really want to then get the drop that I really need, and stuff like that. But with the mining and smithing update, I will be able to create the armor that I need and the armor that I can wear for my level to then go and boss and get the armor that I want from a certain boss right away. It then also gives me value for having a level 89 mining and level 82 smithing, because I can sell ores and I can sell the stuff that I make from smithing. And that really solves a big problem. But they are also making it so rune armor can be made at level 40 mining and 40 smithing, stuff like that, which is around the level that you're going to be able to wear it in your combat stats. Mining and smithing, attack, strength, and defense go together. They should work in unison, leveling similarly, because maybe, you know, especially if you're an Iron Man account, yeah, that's not going to work, you know, in the current system. It makes it a lot harder. Where if you have an Iron Man account after the update, everything flows a lot better, flows a lot easier. And I think that the reason that the mining and smithing works, let's say, in old school RuneScape, because old school RuneScape's mining system is exactly the same as the current one for RuneScape 3. And yeah, it has its same flaw that level 99 smithing is, it makes, the rune plate body. But I think the reason that it works in old school RuneScape is that the armor scaling is a lot easier to understand. There isn't, it's not that difficult of a path. You're going to go from either a rune plate body to a dragon, which is easy to get, and it's cheap to buy. And then you're going to go to, or maybe granite, again, cheap to get and buy. And then from granite or dragon, you're going to go to the Barrows Brothers armor, depending on what style you want. Or you're going to go try and get the Void armor, or you're going to try and get the chest plate from the Barbarian mini game that nobody really likes to play. Or you're going to go the Fighting Torso, that's what that's called. Or you're, going to go to God Wars or something like that. But there's an easy path to go to. And no armor, for at least bossing, is too expensive. Now, the very top tier stuff is pretty expensive in old school RuneScape. The stuff from the Theater of Blood. But that is brand new. But the stuff from Zulrah has become pretty decent to purchase. The stuff from Raids 1 is starting to drop. And you don't even need to be that terribly geared out for raids in general. You need to have competence, and your team needs to have competence in the way that the fights work and all of that. So I think that the mining and smithing does need some touching up in old school RuneScape. It'll probably never happen. That's fine. I don't think they really need to do it. But they design content. They have designed content with knowing and understanding the armor flaws in mind. And so that's why I think it works for old school RuneScape. But they didn't do that for RuneScape 3. So it's an even bigger glaring problem in RuneScape 3, this issue of the mining and smithing, and it's been going on for way too long, and they've been working on it for far too long for things to not be fixed. So they have this one chance, because if they don't get this exactly right, I don't think they'll be able to redeem themselves. This is their one chance to make people believe that Jagex, when it comes to RuneScape 3, has the intelligence, the understanding, the wherewithal, the ability to listen to its very slowly dying number of players on how to bring them back. And if they are successful, not only will I be playing old school RuneScape, which I have dug a lot of time into, but I will come back to RuneScape 3, which I have dug even more time into, because this is the original account, and I've had to redo everything in old school RuneScape. In old school RuneScape right now, I have 99 attack, 99 strength, 99 defense, 99 range, 99 fletching. And I've done that within a year of grinding, two years actually of grinding. And I'm about to get 99 magic. I decided once old school RuneScape came out not to bother with getting 99s in RuneScape 3 anymore, other than the ones that I had by the time, it came out. Well, if they fix this flaw, I'll come back, and they'll be able to have a growing big community again in the main game. I mean, when your older version of your game has more players consistently and has better updates consistently, it's time to change course. And I think the mining and smithing update and rework and all of that is the launching point if they do it right. And we will find out. Now, I played the beta. I liked the beta. It was good for the little time that I had with it. So, at least on the surface, the rework, I think, will work. But we will see on January 7th when it launches. I will do as much digging into it as I can. I will try to I'll stream that night of that stuff. Twitch.tv/Lestrade_games. Link's going to be in the description down below. And I stream at 9 p.m. Eastern most times. But yes, I will get into the update and really try to understand and really see if it truly fixes the flaws that have been created. If it doesn't, the game is dead. The game will never be able to recover from that. They have this one chance and they need to use it. And why they aren't going to the old school RuneScape team and saying, what did you do to make people like and give you updates and all of this, grow the community? Because there is something special going on with old school RuneScape, and I think that the main team at Jagex for RuneScape 3 is either ignoring it, or they don't care, or they just want this to be their microtransaction, make the, is the RuneScape 3 really the shield to prevent microtransactions from being put into old school RuneScape? And as long as RuneScape 3 is profitable, the shareholders don't care, or they truly are just dumb. I don't know. But this is their chance. And I hope that they nail it. And I hope that it's good. And I honestly, I cannot wait. It is very exciting. Hopefully this is a turning point for RuneScape 3. Because I want it to be successful. I know a lot of people, even in the old school RuneScape community, which we talk trash about RuneScape 3 all the time, but deep down, we all want them both to be successful, because when both are successful, then everything, then we can get whatever we want, really, at that point. If both games are successful, it'll make everybody happy. But, we shall see. So, those are my thoughts on this update. Tell me what you think in the comments down below. Do you think it'll redeem RuneScape 3? Do you think that they'll nail this update? Do you think that or do you think it's too late? Because it may be too late, but we shall see. So thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed this video and understood my opinion and all that, and I will see you in the next video.